Hi, this is Samir Zulfikar, and you're watching Social Sciences. Imagine you and your fellow students are stranded on a distant planet that looks and feels like Earth but has no other human inhabitant. What is the first thing you would do? Almost certainly, you would figure out what you need to do to survive and start assigning people to those tasks you determined need doing. And that would definitely lead us to the formation of social institution. Because a social institution is all about a group of people who are united by common interest, endowed with material equipments, following rules of their traditions or agreement, and contributing to the work of culture as whole. As all of us know that society has its various needs to be satisfied. People behave in the set customary patterns which are controlled by the instruments of social norms. This participation of people in various customary ways to satisfy their various needs develops social institution. According to another point of view, a social institution is an interrelated set or system of norms, and in more simpler terms, we can say that group activities controlled by an interrelated set of norms forms a social institution, while the group activities have inherent purpose of action, that is to satisfy human needs. In sociology, we have various definitions of social institutions. According to H.E. Barnes, the social structure and machinery through which human society organizes, directs, and executes the multifarious activities required to satisfy human needs is known as social institution. In general, we may infer that social institution is an established machinery to satisfy human needs. An institution to a society is like an organ to human body. Institution works as an entity and its parts cannot function alone because the division of institution is not possible. Taking the institution as a whole, we can analyze it into the following segments. It is a group of people who are interrelated through social interaction, and this group of people is united under common interest. This group has material equipment like building, furniture, etc. And this group functions according to the customs of life and fulfills some needs of social life. These five elements are found in almost all institutions of the world societies. Now let's discuss about the nature of social institution. The people interact with one another in their general social living. This reciprocal relationship is based on status and role of the people which they perform in various social situations. This role performance, when regularized into some permanent form, is called as institution, which has permanent association of people. It is more or less a permanent association of people centered around a specific objective. An institution is an established pattern for the fulfillment of some purpose. The institution preserves the values, sentiments, ethos, customs, beliefs, rituals, and traditions of the culture. The people, while living in society, follows these ways of life. These ways functions as a social norm. Deviation from them is condemned in society, but these traditional ways of life are practiced through various institutions of family, religion, marriage, neighborhood, and education. These ways of life are called the core of culture and are stored and preserved by institutions. The institution, being a group of people, has national resources and material objects also. An institution is a network of social norms. It means the people in an institution perform their roles according to the customary ways of life. And the general patterns of social life, when established, become customs. These customs are the norms of life. It means the people in a certain institution behave in an orderly manner. This order in human behavior is called social control. The people functions according to those norms which develop during social interactions in the institution. The institution in this way creates an order and control in the behavior of the people also. Every institution uses symbols by which it is distinguished from other. A name is given to an institution which is a symbol. An elementary school, model school, fish market, Darul Quran, colony, textile mills are the symbols of various institutions. All the institution functions according to certain rules and regulations which are mostly written. These rules are the traditional patterns for its functioning in which the rights and the duties of the working groups are defined. On violation of these rules, the violators are punished according to the same rule. Mostly, the membership of the institution is finished for the violators of its norms. The following are various types of institutions. Coercive institutions grow up unconsciously out of the mores such as property, marriage, and religion, whereas enacted institutions are consciously organized for definite purpose as business and educational institutions. The coercive are the most primary institutions. Basic institutions are the ones which are necessary for maintenance of the order in society, like family, college, school, and the state. The subsidiary is not as necessary for social order as recreational activities like cinema, radio, drama, fairs, etc. can be counted as subsidiary institutions. And if we talk about sanctioned and unsanctioned institutions, we can say that business and trade are socially sanctioned ones. But smuggling is unsanctioned institution. The federal government of Pakistan is general institution, and if we talk about restricted institutions, we can say that provincial governments are the restricted institutions. Operative institutions are those which organize patterns for the attainment of objective industries, and regulative institutions are organized for the control of customs and other behaviors of the legal institution. An institution is specifically established for fixed social needs. If it fulfills these needs, there is a social solidarity and cohesion among the people. And if it fails to meet prescribed objectives, there is dysfunctioning of the institution and state of unrest will emerge among the people. Generally, the following are the functions performed by the institutions in all the societies of the world. The institutions reproduce human race, goods, services, traditions, and all other patterns of social life. Human race is reproduced in family. Material goods and services are produced and distributed by economic institutions. Power and authority and status and role are produced and enforced by the political institutions, whereas values, beliefs, rituals, and ceremonies are the product of religious institutions. The educational institutions produce various techniques and ways of living for the people. All the institutions preserve social norms by transmitting them to the people participating in them. The process of socialization starts from birth and continues up to the end of the life. A man is always in the learning process, and the learning of the ways of life in social groups is called as socialization. We have already discussed about socialization in detail. You can go and check the previous video as well. Every institution is established for the fulfillment of a special purpose. For example, Bata and service shoe factories provide shoes to the people of Pakistan, and schools and colleges provide education to the students. Similarly, religious institutions impart religious education to the students, and it means social institutions fulfilled fixed needs of the people and continue their respective aims. The main aim of human societies is to maintain control and order. This aim can be achieved by creating an organization among the institutions. An institution cannot function alone without cooperation and association of other institutions. This dependence among them is called organization. But this dependence among the institutions tie them together in the bond of mutual relationship. This mutual relationship among the social institutions is social structure called as tangency of institutions. The institutions, when organized together, create the condition of control and order among the societies. Further, we can say that all the institutions are embodiment of cultural configurations. This store of culture remains dead if not transmitted with a change. Every generation adds something into it from its experiences while passing on to the next generation. The process of transmission is done by education. It can be formal or informal through various social institutions. The institutions also shape personalities of the individuals. A child born into a Pakistani family, if socialized in America, will display American personality traits in him after 1 to 10 years of life. It means personality is not a biological process, it is a social process and depends upon the institution which socializes it. Personality develops and the institution which socializes it. The whole society functions as a whole. Society is composed of institutions. These institutions fulfill the needs of the people. Human needs are multiplying day by day due to expansion of education, technology, and industry. Similarly, the number of institutions to satisfy these needs are also increasing. Human needs are not independent from one another, but they are interrelated together. The institutions, in the same way, are mutually related together to such an extent that one supports the other. The family depends upon school, the market, and the mosque. Technology supports industry, and the industry runs business and trade. Banking helps trade and commerce. Similarly, all the social institutions are intertwined and create social structure. This structure differs in all societies depending upon the tendency of institutions. As one man cannot fulfill all his needs alone, similarly, an institution cannot survive alone without other institutions. This relationship among the institutions is the social structure, a framework of society. This leads to saying that if an agent of change is introduced in one institution, it will change other institutions too. When we study the dependence of institutions on one another, it is the study of social organization. When we study the interrelationship among them, it will be the study of social structure. So, this is all about social institutions. In next videos, we will discuss about all the social institutions one by one. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel.